everyone, this is Elisa from Anaya's Toy Box Crochet, and I'm here to tell you what I've been up to. Thank you so much for coming. I do like showing off my makes, and I'm so happy you come to see them. You can find me on social media as Anaya's Toy Box. I am on Etsy, Instagram, Facebook, and Ravelry, and in case you want to, the links are down below. Yeah, so I actually film little segments throughout the week, and I stitch them together and make this weekly video. And I'm gonna show you what I've been up to. I hope you enjoy it.
Hello, this is the idea I was talking about last week's video. I'm making another Hexie Cardi, except I'm using the corded shells from Fiber Spider. And when I was here, I was worried. I was like, it's not working. Did I do something wrong? Is my idea wrong? But look at this. It's working. I'm excited. I just wanted to share with you. It's working.
Hello, friends. Today is Friday, my first day of filming, although I did film a clip yesterday. I told you I had an idea and I wanted to see if I could make it work. I'm making another Hexie Granny. No, it's not Granny. This is another Hexie top. Cardigan? I don't know if it's going to be a cardigan. I'll have to ask her. This is for my daughter. And I came up with the idea, like, I love this stitch. This is the corded shell stitch from Fiber Spider. And I have made the shawl. I believe I've made a blanket. And I just thought, it just came to me, like, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if I can turn that into a top? And so I needed to try it. So I made it. I had to do some calculation. I followed his, the square blanket tutorial. And I had to make some calculations to make it into a Hexie. And once I made it into a Hexie, I just did the exact same thing, but instead of 4 corners, I have 6. So this is what it looks like folded up. It is very roughly not folded up. I thought I'd show you both ways. Anyways, I love these colors together too. My second idea for this was not to buy yarn. Like, if I need to at the end because I just don't have enough, I will. But what I thought of is I have all these 3-weight one-offs, like this one that I'm using right now. It says 4-weight. It says this is 2-weight, but it isn't. It is 3-weight for sure. This is Hobie 86. Color number 92. I only have one of these. So what I am doing is pulling from the inside and the outside, or I was. So this is Cloudborn. I love Cloudborn Pima Cotton. It's no longer in the market, but I love it. This is my only used skein, so I had used this one before, but I pulled both from the inside and the outside of my cake to do this one and this one simultaneously. I finished that, and then this is Paintbox DK that was given to me by Linda, just a crochet sister. Thank you so much, Linda. I have used up all the 3-weight yarn you have given me now. It took a while because, you know, with amigurumi, you only need a little bit. But anyways, this is Paintbox DK. Again, I have one skein. She gave me 2, but I used up 1 already. 1 skein of it. And so I pulled, so this is like having 25 grams of each. I pulled from the middle and the end. And then right here, I had 3 squares. This is Taki mercerized cotton that I got from Webs. It is also 50 grams, so I pulled from I had to kick it up because it was a hank. I pulled from the middle and the side, and this is what I got, 2 rows, until this one. Oh, this one was so disappointing. I almost got 2 rows for both of them. I was working from the inside and the outside again, pulling from both sides, and I worked up the 2 rows on this one. I worked up 2 rows on this one, and then I did it, and I got, like, where's the beginning? This is the beginning. I got up to like here, and then ran out of yarn. So I had to pull that apart. The ball that is attached to is still pretty big. I'm probably going to make a square, a granny square for this and send it to Rose. But I'm loving it. I hope it turns out good. I hope she likes it. I have a whole bunch of yarn that I already have pulled out right there. Excuse the mess. We're a lot of people in this small house, and a lot of stuff are ending up in my room. But I pulled out all of those yarns to use there. I won't be pulling from the inside and the outside of it anymore because those colors I have 2 of. So 100 grams over there. This is Bernat. I don't know what it is. It's Bernat and it's got 120 grams. And inside here I have some Knit Picks hanks that I kicked up. And I don't know if I want to use them. This is it. I don't know if I want to use it for this sweater, but I hanked it up anyways, just in case. And this is 100 grams. I have 3 of these. These are from Knit Picks. And some of those are from Knit Picks too, like the Cotlins. When I was working with the unique cotton, I ordered a bunch of colors to see which one looks best. And obviously I used the one that I thought looked best on my sweater, my tunic that I finished a few weeks ago. But I did order this, and this color too, just in case it worked. And I just felt the other one worked the best. But I have the 2 of these, 2 each of those, that I can use into this sweater. And so that's what I'm going to do. But anyways, I'm very excited about this project. I'm very excited that my idea actually worked, because for a while I wasn't sure it would work. But there it is. It's just going to use up all my blues that I have. And if I need to, if all this yarn that you see right there is not enough and I need more, I am perfectly willing to buy more to add to this. But for now, this is what it looks like. I love it. I really, really love it. This corded shell stitch is absolutely gorgeous. I will link Fiber Spider's blanket tutorial down below, but he also did like in triangle form for a shawl. I believe I made it twice. And I made the rectangle version of the blanket once. And now I use the square tutorial. So I used all of the tutorials for the corded shells. But anyways, I'm going to put the camera down and take up my next project. Okay, so I worked a little bit on this. I am not focused at all after being monogamous with the sea salt top for so long. Right now, I am just touching everything. So I did work a little bit on this. As you can see, my stitch marker is here. I put that. I have put on all the leftovers of the yarns that I'm putting into that top in here. So this is how much is left over of the paint box blue. This one is the Cloudborn, the center one, the first color I used. And this one is the Takis. So those are the ones I've used up, and I already showed you this big one from Paintbox. No, not Paintbox, Hobie. But I'm putting some of it in, but I probably won't put it all because it'll be too much blue, I think. It won't, like I've been using just one shade of blue and one shade of yellow and one shade of green. And now I'm using 2 shades of blue, and I think that's enough. Although I did put these in there for now. But anyways, that's where we are. I still have a bit to go for this project, and I'm not in any particular rush to finish it. It will finish when it finishes. I will still work on it. All right, I'll show you the next project now. So I started this amigurumi a while ago. It's a cat from a video game, and I put it aside and I worked on the sea salt top and the what was the other one called? I think it was Sivu top. And I put it aside and I hadn't touched it. It was like about up to here. So today I touched it. I added some more rows to it. I will continue to work on it because honestly, I'm like bouncing from project to project right now. But this is how much my progress on the cat. All right, I'll pause and show you the next one. And the next one I'm going to show you is Seta's summer top. I have completed the amount of rows that she recommends for this, but guess what? It's short. So I am going to continue with this. I did work on this quite a bit, as you can see. Again, I'm bouncing around. Seriously, like I'm looking at the amount of stuff I'm showing you and I'm like, whoo, Once work starts again, I'm going to be showing you guys nothing. But anyways, enjoy it while you can, and I am enjoying the extra crochet time. I really am. But here is the Seta Summer Top. I finished one skein of this Premier, what's it called again? Hipster Cotton. Premier Hipster Cotton, and I have started the second of the skeins. And yeah, so that is what I've been up to. A lot of bouncing around. But anyways, I'll show you more tomorrow. Bye. Hello, my friends. It is Saturday, and I thought I'd show you what I've been doing. This is the corded shell stitch as shown by Fiber Spider, and I am adjusting it to make a maybe a cardigan, maybe a top. I'm not sure yet. It's for my daughter. So I showed her all the colors I'm going to be using, which is all shades of blue. This color is, I like it. I even like it on this, but ooh, it sticks out. Like, this is a beautiful smooth flow up to here. Even this is okay. And this is like, whoo. But my colors are going to be changing. I'm using all my blue yarns that I have. So not all, but a lot of my blue DK. This yarn right here is the only partial skein I used. This is Cloudborn Pima Cotton. I love Cloudborn. I do. I really, really love it. Then this was a 50-gram ball. I just had one of paint box. So with that 50-gram balls, at this point, I was able to make 6 rows. So 3 here and 3 here. This one right here is a Taki 50-gram ball, mercerized cotton, and I was able to make 4 rows, 2 here and 2 here. This is where I started having trouble. This is Hobie 8/6 cotton, and I was easily able to make 3 rows, but not 4, and I needed to be able to make 4, so I had to rip out, well, the partial row on this one and the whole row on this one. Next, this is another Hobie yarn. I didn't even try. I just did one each, which is 2 rows of making 4 rows. It wasn't going to happen. This one, I have 2 balls of it. This is Kotlin right here. This is my second ball. I finished one here, which is 100 grams. I got 3 rows out of the 50 grams. And in the second ball, I'm going to get another 3 rows. So it's going to keep on going like that. The next color I have is either, I'm not sure yet, either this Hobie 8/6 colorway 70 something, right? 76. I have 2 of these, so I'm going to either do that one or this Cloudborn next. And then it's just going to continue. The colors are getting gradually lighter, more like these shades than the teal shades I have at the beginning. I hope she likes it. This is definitely going to be a stash buster because I am using so much of my stash yarn. I am definitely going to make sure I have a full row, 2 rows in each yarn. So when it gets to the point where I'm not getting full 2 rows, that's when I'm going to buy yarn. But I've pulled out a lot of 2, like right now, I don't have any more 50 gram, like single skeins, so no 50 grams. Oh, this is a single skein, but it's a 100 gram skein. So right now, I'm just going to be continuing on. My daughter does like her clothes boxy, so this is going to be a while, and I am enjoying making it. This stitch is so beautiful. I made a mistake somewhere. I don't think I'll be able to pick it up right now, and it was bothering me a lot. I didn't frog, I fudged, but it was bothering me a lot. Anyways, it's not going to bother me a few rows later. I'm not going to even notice it because it's not going to be there, but this row bothered me. But anyways, that is what I did on this project. But yes, I am still bouncing. So I'll show you the other 2 projects I worked on. This is the next project I worked on. This is Seta's Summer Top. This is where I was last time I showed it to you. This got the most love today for sure. And so I'm working it up, and I'm like, wasn't it so much more lacy? But then I thought maybe she made the top more solid because I didn't have the pattern in front of me. I just memorized the repeat over here. And so then I went to the next part and I looked at the picture and I'm like, it was so much more lacy. What am I doing wrong? I read the pattern again. It didn't seem, I couldn't find the mistake that I was making. And so then Seta has video tutorials for all her patterns. So I went to the video tutorial and I watched her do it, and I'm doing exactly the same thing. So the only thing I can say is mine is not lacy is because I have a tighter tension. Right now I've switched hooks. I was using a H or a 5mm hook. I have switched, and she does have you a switch at this point. I have switched to a J, a 6mm hook, and I'm going to be doing the rest in the J. It's going to take more yarn than I thought it would. And I do have 5 of these, which might be okay. And if it isn't, I have lots of purple yarn that I even have one cotton sprout that I could put in. So I'm not worried about not being able to finish this. I'm not going to buy more yarn for it. I'm going to use up what I have. And if that is not enough, hey, sweetie, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yep.
Okay, if that is not enough, then I will dip into my many skeins of purple yarn. So this one got most of the love today, but I was still bouncing. Well, the next project that I'm going to show you, I worked mostly, I don't like how this is curling. I'm going to have to do a row of single crochet around it to stop it from curling. But anyways, the next project I'm going to show you, I worked on yesterday, not today, but I'll show you what it looks like right now. This is the amigurumi cap that I am working on. I am making it up as I go. I am not writing down what I'm doing. I'm not even sure I have stitch counts. I'm not counting. Like I did for the legs because they both have to be the same. But for the body, I didn't count if I had... I didn't count my stitches. On the head, I am because I want to get the increases right. But basically, I'm working on it as, you know, I'm not writing anything down. It's a cross between freehand and what was the other thing I called it? Oh, it's a cross between a doodle and a freehand. Freehand is, of course, when I just don't write down anything, but I am counting stitches. And doodle is where I don't care and I just keep going. This is a cross between the two because I do need to pay attention to the head so that I'm getting enough increases to make it bigger. But that's about it. The body, I did have to, when I came to the decreases, or right here to the decreases, I did have to adjust the body to have the right amount of stitches so that I could make the head. But yeah, this is what I'm working on. This is not going to be finished this week, I don't think. I'm not very much, I am working on it and I'm enjoying it when I do. I'm not too much into an amigurumi mood. Number 1. And number 2, this thing has so much detail. So much detail. I'm still looking at the pictures and I still haven't figured out how to do some stuff. It's going to be a minute before this finishes. But yeah, I thought I'd show it to you. So if anyone is interested, I'll give an update on my cousin. He is doing a lot better. He is responsive, but not talking, which is really, really weird. That man, he knows how to talk. He's always trying to find a joke in everything and talking nonstop. So it's kind of weird to think of him as not talking. But it's good news. That's the last I've heard. He's on the mend, I guess, and we'll know more slowly. Anyways, that is what I have right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. So, hello everybody. It is Tuesday. I have not filmed for 2 days. I apologize for that. Time has been slipping away, I guess. I'm like, oh, I need to film. But it's like 11 o'clock and I film on the bed and somebody's sleeping on the bed. And so I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm not filming right now. That's how it's been going for the past couple of days. During the day, I'm like, I'll film at night so I could show exactly what I've been doing today. and then at night things get away. Anyways, what have I been doing? I've been bouncing. I've been still bouncing. I will show you what I have really quickly, and I've been working, my fingers have been on, except for the Crochet Memories blanket, my fingers have been on all my projects. So this is the first one. This is the bag that I was making my son because he liked the one with the bottom that I started, but I couldn't figure out how to make that into a backpack sewing wise. Like I could figure it out with the crochet part, the sewing, I'm not a sewer. So I finished it. I asked him which one of these colors he wanted the handle in. He chose purple. I have not, it is not complete because I didn't sew in this part yet. So I just need to sew, and I will probably glue, fabric glue some of it, and at least on the top so that these things don't stick out. I will fabric glue and sew these two together, and then it'll be done. So this is an almost done. This is where I was last time I showed it to you. So I have finished it. I used some colors from the, what do I want to call it? The corded shells hexie cardi that I'm making for my daughter. Some of the leftovers came in here after, well, I'll show you later what I did. But anyways, this is the first project I'm going to show you. So it's almost done. It just needs to be sewn together. Sewing is not my passion. So it will be done soon. I am giving myself till the end of this filming week, which will be Thursday, to do it. Will I succeed? I don't know. But hopefully it'll be done by Thursday and I'll show it as an FO. Okay, so what else have I been doing? I have been, okay, this is still spread out on the bed. All right. Loose stitches. No, didn't I put my stitch marker on this? Yes, I did. All right, so this is my hexie cardi that I'm making. It is like this flat, doesn't lie flat at all, and I have to fold it just right for you to see it properly. I think it's this way. Yes. Nope. I'm gonna pause it and fold it. Okay, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. But here it is. This is the cardigan I'm working on, or I think it'll be a cardigan. It could be a sweater. I have to figure out how to put it together. But here it is. These are the colors. I am treating this like a stash buster. I took out all my 3-weight cotton blue yarn. So this is Cloudborn, this is Paintbox, this is Taki, this is Hobie 86. This is, I think, another Hobie 86. This is Kotlin. This one is Hobie 86, and I'm on another Cloudborn right now, and this is what it looks like. I was trying it on her today. Like, I know I have a few more rows to do for the arms, but I just wanted to get an idea on where I was. Ooh, turned all yellow. Still yellow. Okay, but anyways, I wanted to get an idea on where I was, so I did try it on her. It's not as boxy. She likes boxy stuff, so this is going to take a while. This stitch, my friends, is absolutely gorgeous. I love, love, love it. But my friends, ooh. My friends, it's a yarn eater. It is a yarn eater. I am getting very few rows. But anyways, this is where I was last time I showed it to you, so I've added this much. And I am working both sides concurrently. Am I going to be able to fold this? Who knows? Oh, my stitches are coming off. Yikes. I didn't put my stitch marker on. Okay, so I'm working on both sides concurrently. So that means on this particular skein, this particular ball of yarn, I only have one, and I am working, this means nothing. I was just putting there, actually I'll use it right now. I just put it there so I don't lose the stitch marker. for where I need it so that I don't lose my stitches if it gets pulled. But anyways, this is the second one. I have not finished a row of this blue color yet. Where was I? I was right here last time I showed it to you. And yeah, I am enjoying making it. I am worried that I will run out of yarn. I mean, how worried am I? It just means I'm gonna have to buy new yarn for it. But I will definitely try to use up all the yarn that I pulled. The only yarn I am not pulled about is this white blue speckled yarn that I pulled, and I'm not sure if I want to put it in there. So we'll see about that one. But I have some Bernat, no, it's not handicrafted cotton, it's something else. I'll show it to you when I open it. But here it is. It's going good. Now, I have a lot of yarn left over of these colors because, you know, as soon as I have enough, like for this one, for example, right here, this one, there's only one row of it because I need one row. It was from a 50-gram ball and I only had one of them. So I needed one row on this and one row on the other panel. And I could easily make a third row, but not a fourth row. So I had 1.5 rows worth of yarn left over. Same thing with these, not this one, with this one. So I have a lot of yarn left over. So what should I do with the yarn? So I had already decided that with the leftovers of this yarn, I'm not going to restash it. I'm just going to make granny squares to give to Rose. And so that's what I started. I have granny squares right here and all the leftovers of those. Like for instance, the last colorway I used, here's 2 of them because I had 2 balls of them. These are the leftovers. So with these leftovers, I'm making granny squares. So this is the leftover of my last cardie right here. No, my last, the tunic top that I just made. This is the leftover of that. I used the brighter color, the leftover into the bag already. So I don't have any more of that. But this is the leftover from the bottom of the cardie. This is the paint box yarn that is on here, right here. And this is this color right here. So I made that one. Because you know what I had decided to do? If I had filmed that day, I would have told you. That morning I decided I'm going to finish the crochet part of this bag. And so I started working on this bag. And then I bounced onto making these. Whatever was left over of this yarn, when I couldn't make an entire row, did end up in here. Okay, so I made that one. Then I made that one. Then I thought, ooh, wouldn't it be nice to have a corded shell square? And I made one, and I'm not making any more. I made this one. I feel it is a beautiful one. It is really pretty. But if you compare it, it just didn't have the time to build enough to have that wow factor that this does in a 6-inch square. So I have given up on making these. This is the only one I'm going to have, and yeah. So I've given up on this, but I made one. I have to weave in ends. I didn't finish them. This is the next one I worked on. And then I worked on this. And then I went back to this and actually finished it. And then worked on this one. And then this one. These are colors that showed up in either this bag or that bag, the first one I did. So this one, and this one. And I have a whole bag full, and I will get more and more yarn from the leftovers of the cardie. So there's going to be a lot of blue, but I have like orange. Last time when I was making these squares, I had changed every row. I didn't want to do that anymore. That is too many ends to weave in. So this time I just work on it until I can't finish a row. But if there is leftovers, like for example, this one, I worked on it and worked on it until there was I couldn't finish a row anymore. But there was still enough to do this much. So I did this much with that the leftover of this one, and then I added the pink, the other pink. So that's what I'm pretty much doing. I'm working as much of it as I can, and if there's enough left over to do just like the inside here, I'm using them. But anyways, these are going to go to Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. I don't know when. For hats and cowls, I really have to be in the mood to make it. It is not my go-to. It is not something, oh, that's true for everything. Like, I love amigurumi, but I need to be in the mood to make it. And I love making bags, but I need to be in the mood to make it. And the same thing with hats, except the difference between amigurumi and bags and shawls is I'm in the mood to make hats and scarves less frequently than I am to make everything else. So I don't know if I'll make hats and scarves for September. If I don't, I'll just send these in, or I'll wait till October, and the Crochet Memories blanket that I'm working on right now will probably go over there. But anyway, I'm not putting any pressure on myself for any project, and though I am working a lot, I am crocheting all the time because it gives me, it calms me down. It gives me something to focus on so that my head doesn't wander around all over the place. My living situation, you may, if you have been in this channel, know that for the past 4 months, we have had an elderly guest who cannot take care of herself staying with us, and it is definitely challenging. Okay, anyways, enough about that. Let me show you the next thing I'm working on, and this is the Summer Top by Seta. So yes, this fits me very nicely. I have been working on it. Her pattern is so incredibly lacy. I thought this would be lacy, but my tension is too tight. It's not lacy at all. So around here, I got a little upset that it's not as lacy as I thought it would, and I stopped working on it. And then today and yesterday, I think, I picked it up and I worked all this. So I went to the playground with my son, and while he was playing, I was crocheting, and I worked up a lot, most of this. This is today. And then I thought, oh my gosh, is this gonna fit me? Because I needed to flare out a bit more at the waist. And so when I came home, I tried it on and I thought, no, this is time to change it. So I switched hooks because I'm not exactly sure how to increase the amount of stitches to this. So instead I switched hooks. So this is the third time I switched hooks. The first time was here in a 5mm hook. I started off with a 5mm hook. Then over here, I did a 6mm hook, and now I'm using a 7mm hook. Yeah, so that's what it is. That is what I'm working on, and I have run out of time. There are demands to my time, unfortunately, and so I'm gonna have to leave you guys now. I will talk to you tomorrow and show you whatever else I bounced off onto. Talk to you later. Hello, my friends. I thought I would come in and do a very quiet video because there's somebody you might be hearing heavy breathing, sleeping here. But I've been putting off filming because of that. And I missed a few days this week, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to make sure I do Wednesday's video. And so I'm just going to be quiet and really quickly, and hopefully he doesn't move and knock everything I'm showing you off. If he does, you won't see it because I'm going to, edit this video. Anyways, I am done with this bag. I have sewed it on. Here is the canvas bag that I had bought, and I made it to fit around this. I did sew it, but I did put glue on all the ends, the ones that are on the edge. So hopefully it won't stick out at some point. But it is done. I'm going to give it to him tomorrow now that it's now that I showed it to you. I did enjoy making it. I might make another project like this, and I do enjoy it when the lining is already made and all I have to do is hand stitch it on top. That is very enjoyable compared to making the entire lining, which the other 2 bags that I made still needs to have that done. 2 bags? Who am I kidding? I have other bags that need lining. Not just those 2 bags, but other bags that I have made. But anyways, this is done. It is going to go off to my baby later today. Now, I was watching Wednesday. The newest season just dropped today, and we just binge watched it. When I say we, I mean myself and my daughter. We binge watched Wednesday, and while we binge watched Wednesday, I worked on this top. This is top by Seta's Place. It is the summer top. I did talk about how mine is not as lacy as hers, and it's just my tension is higher. I actually should have started with a 6mm hook like she did, but I thought, oh, I'm using thinner yarn, so I should use a smaller hook. I was wrong. This hook, the 6mm, would have been good. I started off with a 5mm up till about here. Around here, I switched to 6mm, and then I needed it to flare out a bit more on the waist, so I switched to a 7mm, and I ended in a 7mm. So this is not a complete top yet. I still have to do the straps. The straps and weaving in ends are all I have left for this, because I've been bouncing around a lot this week. Like, I have, barely finished a row, and then I'd pick up a different project, and then I'd come back to this. I've been doing a lot of bouncing. This or the other sweater I'm working on, I was just bouncing a lot. But because I was sitting there watching a movie with my daughter, I had only this project with me, so I just kept on doing it until it's pretty much finished. Well, like I said, I still have to do straps, but there's measuring involved, and it's nighttime, and I just don't want to. But I'll show it to you. I'll probably work on it tomorrow, and I'll show it to you soon. Now, what else have I been working on? Actually, I'll show you the other sweater first. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is my corded shell hexie sweater. I have been working on it, not too much. I didn't touch it today, but I did work on it since I showed it to you last. I added this color. This is Cloudborn. I don't know the name of the color, but it's discontinued yarn. You won't be able to find it anyways. I added this color, and here I think it's probably on the other side somewhere. Where I folded it, but I had showed you I finished one row of this color, and now I finished the other row. So it isn't too much done. I do love the look of this sweater. I think it is gorgeous. I have another 2 colors in 50 grams. No, I mean, they're 50 grams each, but there's 100 grams altogether because I have 2 balls of them. And I think the Bernat Softy is 150 grams. So we'll see how far it goes. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to buy yarn for this project, but I don't know how much to buy. And so I'm holding off on that for now. And finally, what do you do with all that yarn that is left over? I made squares. I showed you some of them already, but here are the new ones. So these colors right here, this is the latest one I made because I just piled them on top of each other. I used what was left over for this bag. There are a couple of colors I could have just skeined out and left for an amigurumi, but I just didn't want to. I just wanted to use up these yarns because honestly, I've had them for years and years and years, and I didn't use them on an amigurumi. So why would I delude myself into thinking I'm going to need it for an amigurumi? But anyways, I worked on this. I did this color. None of the ends are weaved in. I worked with the orange here, and I did this. This is the leftover of my shawl in the ball that I pulled out of my cookie jar. And oops. I did a full orange square. I did this square and this square. This is all, I'm pretty sure, I might have shown you this before. I don't think so, but I might have. But this is since I showed you the other squares. So I'm going to keep them in order so that I know what to show you and what not to. But yes, that is how many squares I did. I bounced onto these a lot too, because as I was working up, this row, I was like, ooh, I should work up some of these colors so I could get rid of them or give them some love, but they're in the bag, getting knotted all together. Like, you know, when you put like a bunch of partially used skeins all together in a bag, they tend to, you know, like each other and kind of, you know, end up together, twisted and turned and knotted. And to avoid that, I just, you know, did these. I have a few more balls left, but they're not going to, it's not as bad. So it should be okay. But anyways, that is what I've been working on Wednesday. I will come back tomorrow and tell you what else I did. Anyways, I'll see you then. Hopefully that top that's almost finished, the Set Us Place one, will be finished by then. Hopefully. But anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. I need to do some retail therapy, so I'm come here, point to get some stuff. This is my LYS, by the way. I'll talk to you guys later. Hello, my friends. It is the last day of my filming week, and I worked on 2 projects, and this is one of them. This is the corded shells cardie that I'm making. It's a hexagon cardie, or it's a hexi cardie, and I'm using the corded shell stitch from Fiber Spider. I did adjust it. It was meant to be a blanket to make it into a hexi, and this is what it looks like so far. So this is where I was last time I showed it to you, on this side. And let me move this one out of the way. This is where I was last time, and I have actually closed off the top. So this is done. Well, it's not done, but the sleeves are done. I am going to add, my daughter likes a boxy cardie, so I am going to add body to it. I don't know how much, but I will be adding body to it before I put them together, and then I might even add length, depending on what she wants. But so far, this is what I have. I love it, and I can't wait to see it. It's really exciting to see it, you know, coming together. I still have to, I'm going to start doing that color on this right now, and then I'll do around. But anyways, that's one of the ones that I worked on. Hold on while I get the other one. Okay, this says Seta Summer Top, and I worked very little on this. I showed you that I had finished the length of it, and all I have left is the straps, and I started working on the straps, and then I realized I need to try it on to see how much longer it needs to be. So I took a break and I didn't go back to it. But I will soon. But this is how it is. This took 4 balls, and I don't think I'm going to be putting another one, of this hipster cotton in the colorway Summer Splash. Anyways, that's also almost done. Both of them are, no, that's not almost done. The first one is not almost done. This one is almost done. I just need to work on it. I just need to try it on, see how, I don't know, have somebody, one of those people who live with me, measure how long it should be, and then just do it. But yes, that's what I've been working on. So if you saw the clip before, I did some retail therapy. Yes, my life right now is kind of stressful, and talking to you guys helps. It really does. I love that I get to talk to you. But sometimes you're down. Like, it's difficult. So I decided I'm going to go and do some retail therapy. So my idea was I'm not going to worry about the cost. And I didn't. See, I got Noro. I wasn't going to worry too much about the cost. I'm just going to get one skein that I absolutely love. And this skein is not showing up properly. How can I make it show up nicer? It is so gorgeous. It is purple, as you can see. It is Noro. Let's see. Is that closer? Yes, that is closer. I have the light really close to it so you could see the color. I ended up getting this. I didn't film inside because, you know, I don't know how much. I can't hold on to the light anymore. Sorry. I don't know how much permissions I would have, and I didn't want to ask. So I didn't end up doing this. Instead, I'm showing you what I got, which is this gorgeous yarn. I saw some pretty yarns there. There was some LRA that I liked, and Wool in the Gang. And then I thought about getting something to add to this, but I have no idea how much I need. And so I thought, never mind, let's just get something that I just really love. And I was looking, this is on the bottom shelf, and I didn't see it right away. And when I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's the one. That's the one I'm getting. This is Noro Sonata. It is 35% cotton, 25% viscose, 20% silk, and 20% polyamide. There's 100 grams in this, so I'm going to have to do a one skein wonder because I don't know if I have any colors that would go with this color. It is so pretty. I actually did go onto Little Knits to see if they have more of it. At the store, they did tell me that it's a discontinued color and I wouldn't be able to return it. I said, that doesn't matter. I like it. I'm going to use it. Noro has this for cheaper than I bought it for. It has it for $17, the Sonata, but they don't have this color. I can't find this color anyways, and makes sense. It's a discontinued colorway. This was also the last one in the store. Not that I would have, at this price, have bought two, but it's the last one on the in the store. I looked around and I couldn't find anything I wanted to match it with. I love it. It's so pretty. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. It's there. I would love to make something for me, but with one skein, I don't know what I can make for myself. I don't wear hats. I don't use shawl. I love making shawls. I just don't use it because I'm already wearing hijab, and it just, layer after layer, it just feels a bit suffocating. So I don't wear it. So even if it's a shawl, it's probably not going to be mine. But anyways, I thought I'd share it to you. I love it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did enjoy my video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear more from me, please do subscribe. Bye!